Yo, what up? It is the 19th of April 2024 and it's currently 10:39 p.m. on a Friday. And we got another late night today. Let's see, has anyone new moved in yet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, no one's moved in yet. Well, hopefully tomorrow someone will move in. I'm looking forward. Oh, picked up the path. I hate it when I do that. At least that one's easy to spot. I don't have the path tile set up, or on this file. On this character, I should say. Yeah, so unfortunately, I'd have to swap to knife to do that, to change that, or add that back, and I don't feel like doing that right now. The other day I was dancing to polka while eating gazpacho. It was a feast of dancing, but it kind of made my belly churn. Yeah, it's not a very good idea. Let's chop this tree. And plant some money, let's see. Might get a money tree. I'm hoping for another one at some point. I mean, it's a 1% chance, but those, 1% chances happen pretty often. Like, I mean, yeah, they do. They happen all the time. Hello there, Hugh. Good evening. What does Hugh have to say today? Don't you think you could make your ass a little more fancy? Well, that's just me forcing my opinion. And sometimes you have to keep that to yourself. You could maybe make your house a little bit more, anything, maybe. I don't know. Just a suggestion. Like, maybe, like, a bit more than nothing. It's just me forcing my opinion, though, so, what do I know? Okay, nothing on bulletin board. Oh, I thought it went high there. Man. And then it goes, okay, this beat here. And then it goes... Oh, who's up here? Is that Marina? Yes, it is. Hi, buddy. Buddy? If you say it like emphasis, like that, it kind of sounds mean. Let me ask, buddy, how's your insect collection coming along? Okay, let's just take a look. Wow, a full set already? You've caught every insect? That's amazing, buddy. I'm so impressed right now. It does sound kind of sarcastic when she says buddy. It's kind of the way I say it, I guess. I don't know. Where did Pango go? I saw her up here. Don't try and hide. Oh, there she is. Antonio and Peewee. The Pango news source hasn't received the latest info on these two yet, but stay tuned for the latest gossip as it soon comes in. I love tuning into Pango's news. Pango always delivers reliable news. There's no misinformation or, it's straight to the point. That's the kind of news you can trust from Pango. That should be a thing, that they've got news in Tomodachi Life. That's a fun little thing about that game. Tomodachi Life is a really fun game. Although it is less of a game and more of a, like, I don't know, I'd call it more of an experience, because, you know, you're mostly observing rather than doing. Let me ask you something. Can you recycle the pastel dot wall? Yep. I'm not sure about this, but if you say so, you might be right. I mean, it's paper. I'd assume. At least most modern wallpaper, I'm sure you can recycle. Maybe. In fact, actually, I don't know. That might even be a reverse thing, because old wallpaper was probably more likely to just be paper. Or at least pretty, you know, not anything fancy. But now it's more likely, I feel, that newer wallpaper is going to be, like, filled with, like, plastics and stuff that makes it not recyclable. I don't know. I'm sure there's mandates on that sort of thing, though, like with certain items having to be recyclable, at least depending on where you live. Anyway, yeah, Tomodachi Life is a really cool game, and I've seen a lot of discourse about, you know, people wanting a new one on the Switch, and I would be down. I think that game is really cool. And that, yeah, like I was saying, it's sort of less of a game and more of just a... I guess it is sort of like an interactive sitcom almost, where just random things happen and the characters are all people you choose to live there. It's very fun to mess around with. You kind of have to... It's one of those games that requires you to have, you know, be able to just sort of have fun with something. Like, you know, it's not going to provide... Or it provides stuff to you, but in a lot of those things, you sort of have to make the fun, if that makes sense. You can't just, like... It's not like, you know, Mario where you play a level and the level is fun because they designed it to be fun. It's more like... I guess it's in that way, it's sort of more like, you know, Mario Maker, where you've sort of got to make the fun, but they've let, you know, put all the tools out in front of you. It's not a very good example, but in a sense, like, you know, it's yeah, there's a... You could definitely go into Tomodachi Life not, you know, not being willing to have fun, and then if you think like that, then you're probably not going to enjoy it very much, I guess. Which, I mean, maybe you can say that about a lot of games, but no, yeah, I think it's a fun little thing. It does get a little bit repetitive after a while. There's only so many little scenarios and interactions they can make, but there also are a surprising amount of them. It's sort of one of those things you check in every day, sort of like Animal Crossing, but I think Animal Crossing does it a bit well. There's a bit more stakes in Animal Crossing, at least in the older ones, where there's, like, the threat of villagers moving out, weeds growing, flowers wilting, and stuff like that, whereas Tomodachi Life doesn't have a punishment for going away for a while. If anything, the longer you go away for, the more you have to do once you come back, because pretty much every resident on the island will probably, like, need something from you. Yeah, I don't know how accessible that game would be now, because it's on the 3DS, which obviously is sort of... well, the eShop's down. I have a physical copy. I don't know if physical copies of that game would be particularly rare. It's really not. But I don't know. It's a very... I'm glad that they managed... Like, they got to make something so weird and actually put it out to a Western audience, and it was pretty well received. I don't know how well it's sold outside of Japan, but it's pretty well liked nowadays. I wouldn't call it a cult classic or anything, but it's definitely revered, at least by maybe a bit of a niche community. Lately, Nook's been all about customer service, huh? He does giveaways even. You ought to stop by when you can and reap the rewards. He doesn't give giveaways. I mean, point specials and half-off sales, you're still buying it. He's like I think Antonio was just sponsored there by Nook to promote this store, which, frankly, I really don't see the point of, because there's not many options, and by that I mean there's literally none. I can't exactly get around the fact of, you know, having to shop at Nook's. Yeah, if they did a new Tomodachi Life for the Switch, I think that'd be cool. And I would say, like, I think they're trying to step away from Mii's as, like, a thing, because, you know, they kind of associated with the Wii U marketing, and they're not, you know, the brand, I mean. But at the same time, they did a 3DS remaster port of Miitopia, which was pretty surprising. And that one I haven't played, although I would like to at some point. It's obviously more of an actual game, although there still isn't a huge amount of agency, even though it's an RPG, because there's a lot that's on rails and a lot that's done automatically. And it is in a similar vein to Tomodachi Life, where you're mostly just observing things as the primary form of, entertainment. And whether you could argue, I think it's, I think it kind of gets away with it though, because like, to me personally, I find it a little bit, I mean, I like, when games, I guess, could easily just, not be games, I guess to say it in the nicest way possible, when a game could get away with just as easily being like a movie or like a show or anything, where it's pretty much all cinematic, and the gameplay moments will just be like walking forward and pressing a button occasionally. That sort of thing I find like, I'm not big on it personally. And so it's in the realm where it's like, if this doesn't need to be a game, then why is it a game, kind of a thing. But I think even though Miitopia and Tomodachi Life, those games don't give you a lot of agency like games obviously usually do, I think that's also... Oh yeah, we've got the Royal Crown here. 1,200,000 bells. Kind of crazy. I think Tomodachi Life and Miitopia sort of are... Well, they kind of have to be games, because I think that's kind of the whole point of them. They are like direct spoofs to me, in like as games. That's how they feel, at least. And I mean, I guess you could argue, like, Tomodachi Life's kind of a spoof of, like, I feel like it's kind of a spoof of sitcoms. And that is really enhanced by the customization of being able to make it people that you know, or just, like, celebrities, or, like, fictional characters and stuff. That, like, makes it more entertaining than it otherwise would be. And that's the kind of thing that you couldn't really do in any other medium than a game. But I think to me, if you're going to make a game, it should have to be a game. Anyway, hello, Monique. Guess what? Hugh picked up a harmonica in the recycling bin. Can you believe it? Lucky duck. I've been looking for one for the longest time. It's so frustrating. Did not take Monique to be a lover of harmonica. Personally, I'm a bit more of a... I was gonna say kazoo guy. I'm not. Does Blathers have anything to say today? Nope. It's just regular old, same old Blathers. I'm gonna read it before I sit down. Care for a cup of Java to pick you up? It's 200 bells. What blend would you like? The usual. Oh man. Oh, wait, what does he say after that? Came out a little differently. Yeah, he says, got the specialized blend today, but it turned out a little differently. And then if it's the pigeon milk, he's gonna say, whatever you say, care for a little pigeon milk to put in it. And I can say yes. And it says, and it goes, care for a little cup of Java to pick you up, it's 200 bells. What blend would you like? Okay, I got that right, the usual. Whatever you say, I missed the whatever you say. Then up comes 1 cup of your favorite blend spoon. Oh, right, okay. He says different things, doesn't he? No. Here he says, I've got the specialized blend today, doesn't he? Oh, there we go, at the perfect temperature to... Yeah, the perfect temperature to bring out the flavor, 176 degrees. 1 fresh brewed cup, drink up. Yeah, he does say different things. Well, that's just, puts me up the creek without a paddle. Hoo-ha! Goes down smooth with a nice clean aftertaste. Thanks. Yeah, I reckon that's gonna be for today. Just kind of, I'm pretty tired lately. And I'm not particularly interested in doing much else in this game other than the bare essentials. Especially after Flower Fest, I feel like I'd put in an extended amount of effort during that, and maybe now I've fatigued myself a bit. So it's best to just not strain myself too much on this, and then I won't get too sick of it. And then eventually I'll come back to maybe making the days a little bit more interesting. I definitely talk to everyone, right? Antonio, Pango, Monique, Cube, Hugh, Marina, Peewee. Yeah, it's weird. There's only 7 villages, so I always get confused. Anyway, that's going to be it for today.